At the recent 2025 Australia Open, Anse Young just secured her 10th title of this year. But what's so important about this tournament is not that she won the title, or the fact that it's her 10th title of the year. It's the fashion in which she won.
Who knows? Just right. Retains the title. History is made. Done it. The first women's singles player to win the French Open title.
With scorelines like these, it makes you wonder what makes her so good, and how can one even beat her? In this video, we will explain exactly that. But in order to properly break down how to effectively beat her, we need to start with what makes her so good. If you guys have watched Anse Young play before, you might have noticed that she plays a rather unorthodox women's singles. In fact, her style of play is very similar to men's singles. Being one of the fastest women's singles players on the circuit right now, Anse Young aims to play a faster, flatter style, with the goal of pushing the pace of the rallies. You can see this right off the bat with her serve.
Well, bigger lead as she's had in a while.
Compared to a traditional women's singles serve, Anse Young chooses to use the backhand short serve. On top of this, she also pushes her serve deeper into the court, which will often force her opponent to reply back with a faster shot. During the rally, Anse Young will also play further into the court to prevent her opponents from playing the net and to keep them stuck in the backcourt. By playing faster shots that travel farther into the court, Anse Young limits the angles of return her opponents can play. This allows her to move smoothly on court and essentially anticipate certain shots that her opponents might play. And during her game against Wardani, she capitalized a lot by pushing Wardani into her late corners and keeping her stuck there. And whenever Wardani wanted to slow the pace of the game down, Anse Young would be ready to capitalize on her clear and change the pace. Also notice how Anse Young doesn't try to force a full-powered smash, but instead she plays more for accuracy, angle, and her follow-up. So Anse Young will choose to play the higher percentage shot, being the half smash, and look for her next opportunity at the net.
That's out.
By focusing on the placement and her follow-up, Anse Young can force her opponent to play a faster game and follow her rhythm. And that's essentially what happened during this game against Wardani. Anse Young would play a faster rhythm and faster shots like drives, flat pushes and clears to limit Wardani's shots like her fast drops and push her out of her comfortable rhythm, thus ultimately making Wardani make more unforced errors. In fact, in the first game alone, Anse Young's 21 points were made up of 8 of Wardani's unforced errors. And that alone says a lot about how Anse Young's shot speed and overall pace of the game was tough for Wardani to deal with. And this is the same with her game against Ratchanok, where Ratchanok's game was riddled with mistakes.
I wonder if she has them.
And this is how Anse Young can produce such absurd scorelines. By focusing on her shot, she can force her opponents into a faster rhythm, making them play more unforced errors while minimizing her own errors. Anse Young's shot speed and her shot selection also helps her anticipate what shots her opponent will play next, allowing her to change pace on the next shot and retrieve better as well. However, this isn't to say that a faster men's singles style is superior to a women's singles style. Otherwise, all the other women's singles players would adopt it too. The reason Anse Young can make this style work is due to many factors. The first factor to talk about are her strong legs. This lays the foundation for pretty much everything else that she can pull off in her game. Having strong legs allows An Si-young to push the pace of the game and also makes up the other half of her retrieving ability. With this, she can make her opponent feel the need to rush their shots while simultaneously capitalizing on these shots. For example, a shot that is difficult to deal with is the flat push to the backhand side. In many rallies, An Si-young would choose to push this corner in hopes of getting her opponent to perform many body turns. But if her opponent plays this shot back to her, An Si-young is able to jump out and attack the shot rather than turning her body and taking an awkward around the head. The second factor is her shot quality. An Si-young's style relies significantly on her shot quality to be near perfect. The moment her shot is a little bit loose, or not as fast, her opponent can capitalize.
Number one, that you know you have to play your best shots to be able to win a point.
So, all of these points of the Korean's game complement and build on each other so well that it makes her almost unbeatable. That brings up the question, how does one beat An Si-young? To answer this, we need to take a look at how players played when she lost. We can first take a look at how Yamaguchi played against An Si-young in the 2025 Korea Open. A strategy that worked well for Yamaguchi was to attack the net, taking it early and playing a deceptive shot that still keeps the pace of the game high. These deceptions were not necessarily the same as the fast to slow pace changes like the ones we saw Ginting do against Momota, but rather ones that focus more on changing direction and getting An Si-young to move the wrong way first. By doing this, Yamaguchi breaks An Si-young's rhythm, which is crucial, to scoring points on her.
It's not a great play from Yamaguchi. She's in control at this point.
Other players that An Si-young has struggled with are Chen Yufei and Tai Tzu-ying. While these players don't have the speed like Yamaguchi to take every shot so early, they have the suddenness and accuracy in their backcourt shots that can completely dismantle An Si-young's defense. A crucial part of both these women's games that made it difficult for An Si-young to play is their ability to generate power at the last second of contact with the shuttle. By doing this, Tai Tzu-ying and Chen Yufei were able to add much more deception and unexpectedness in their shots, which is essential to beating an opponent that is very stable on court, like An Si-young. But what all of these players did well against An Si-young was that they all sped up their shot speed. In a sense, it's kind of like pitting An Si-young's playstyle against herself. The reason why you must speed up your shot speed is to make it more difficult for An Si-young to control her shots. Because An Si-young's playstyle and exceptional rhythm on court rely heavily on her shot quality. So if these players can somehow speed up their shot speed and force the world number one to reduce her shot quality, then they have a much better shot at winning. So even though the world number one women's singles player seems absolutely unbeatable the past season, due to a range of many factors that aid her game exceptionally well, she isn't unbeatable. Players like Yamaguchi and Chen Yufei have been able to beat An Si-young in the past year, and have done so by either playing extremely fast or by having more suddenness in their swing, becoming more deceptive to break An Si-young's rhythm. So who do you guys think has the best shot of beating An Si-young in the World Tour Finals? Let us know in the comments below. If you guys like this video, make sure to hit the like and subscribe button so you don't miss out on new content. And as always, thanks for watching.
An Si-young becomes the first woman